Hey guys, here I am again. Hey, listen, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about your final project. This is a really big, important part of the class, and I think oftentimes it gets a little bit kind of overlooked. I mean, sure, people will pick a product and they'll just kind of go with it and they'll come up with an idea and it may be something simple or a little more advanced, but we're really all about concept now. This class is so much more about concept. And that idea of you guys picking something that has a real idea and something you put a lot of thought in and something that you built. This isn't something that you're just going to take a picture of a hammer or, I don't know, shampoo or whatever it is that you choose on some kind of a backdrop. You have to build a set and make this very, very believable. And I think that's really important, and it must be shot in the studio. So I brought up the class, and I just want you guys to look and read along a few of these things. Then I'm going to show you a few examples. Final project. Specifically define the product that you want to make your advertisement about. This is your theme or topic. Specifically define the feature of the product that you think and provide a distinction or advantage over the competition. So that means, why would you guys want to have someone buy this product over another product? And you have to establish that, okay? Um, who would you like to advertise to? What is the demographic? Again, research might be appropriate here. Absolutely, research is very appropriate. Knowing the demographic is really important. Knowing who buys this kind of product. Advertising can be very, very different for different age groups and demographics. You guys know this. If you go and you buy I don't know, a tattoo magazine, and there may be an ad in there for a product that is very, very edgy. I mean, the ad may be much too edgy to run in People magazine or some mainstream kind of publication, yet it's perfect for the tattoo magazine. It's the same goes for anything, a hot rod magazine, anything you want, but it's very important that you understand the age group and who's going to be buying it and who's looking at it. Who is this catering to? Let's go on. Define your advertising concept. What is your angle in this product? What is the concept that will grab the audience attention? Absolutely. You guys have to have a hook or an angle. That's really important in this project. I mean, you have to have some kind of a concept. And you guys, when you get out there working, you're going to realize that in an advertising agency, God, there is 1,000 people in there working. There are people that come up with the ideas. There are people that come up with the slogan. But your job at this point is to come up with a concept and create it in your studio. And, I'm going to be a real pain in the butt about this. This is not something you're going to say, Stephen, this is what I'm going to do. And don't get offended, but I may say, no, this just isn't going to work. Because, if we let you slide on something like this, there's a lot of people out there that are getting photographic skills. You have to really hone the conceptual skills here too. And I've had people that say, well, I'm not very creative. Well, we're going to teach you to be creative. You're going to learn to be creative. Because if you aren't creative, when you get out, it's going to be really tough. And I'm going to feel as if I didn't do everything that I could do. So we're going to push the creativity here. It's got to be paramount in this assignment. This is also not an assignment that you guys are going to throw together. This goes on from the beginning of the class to the end of the class. And it's got to look like that. I don't want you to throw this together in a couple of days. It's going to look like you threw it together in a couple of days. So let's finish this here. Create your photographic concept, which is the visual means that you will use to convey your advertising concept. What is the product narrative? How will you use photography to make your point? An example, a series of dramatic images where every means possible is used to attempt to destroy the hammer. This is for if you were going to be doing a campaign for Stanley Hammers, which is a really good one, and you can read all through this. But, it's important that you have to have a storyline. What is this about? Your photographic concept must have a location, believably represented, wardrobe, model, and props. Okay, so you're going to read all of this information, and that's going to all come as you do it. But that's an important point there. You must have a believable location. That's a big part of this. Like if you're going to do a campaign for, I don't know, Kohler, and you want to do some very, very slick faucet, say. You're not going to shoot this in the kitchen. You're not going to shoot this on location. You are going to buy that faucet, and you are basically going to make a pseudo kitchen in your studio. You're going to recreate whatever it is. So that's a very important part of this class, is creating this believable location. Okay? Okay, so let's look at a campaign that I think is incredibly creative, and hopefully it will give you guys some ideas. This is a campaign that was done a few years back for Rubik's Cubes. Now, I don't know if everybody has played with Rubik's Cubes. I have. They always kind of made me mad. I could never do them. Finally, I just like chuck them across the room. I was like, oh, yeah. So I gave up on them. And that's why I really relate to this campaign. But what a brilliant campaign. It was for the 25th anniversary of Rubik's Cube. It was marked with a print advertising campaign from New Zealand featuring adults who have clearly been puzzling over the puzzle for 25 years. We're given a few clues regarding the passage of time. Decor includes floral wall patterns, sheepskin rug, ducks on the wall, Grand Prix bedspread. The Rubik's Cube puzzlers have, to some extent, grown out of their clothes, although their underwear appears to have stretched over time, and that's true in the pictures. Toenails and ill-fitting shoes go together with long, long hair. Rubik's Cube was invented in 1974 by the Hungarian sculptor. Goes on and gives a little bit of background. Okay, so let's look at this campaign. So what did we say here? It's all about that idea of people puzzling over, not being able to figure this out since they were children. Look at this great piece. Okay, here's the image. Don't want to have too much of a glare on it. Okay, I think you can see that. So here we have this guy. He's wearing little children's clothes, which obviously are ill-fitting. I mean, he's grown out of the clothing. And look at what we've got going on here. What's the set? Well, he's on the floor. There's some Christmas presents that have been unopened. Everything has completely disheveled. The tree is dead. He's sitting there. He's like Rip Van Winkle. His hair is grown. He's got a full beard. If you look at them close up, his slippers don't even fit. They're like little kid slippers. What a brilliant concept. That idea is really smart. Let's look at another one from that same campaign. Here's another guy, another little kid, and here he is in his room. And if you look at his room, he's got a little kid's bed and little kid's furniture, and look at his face. He's puzzling over trying to figure out how in the world he's going to figure out the Rubik's Cube. And there he is years later, outgrown the bed, outgrown his clothing, and so on. Another one of a little girl who is quite obviously no longer a little girl anymore, but she too has been trying to figure out this Rubik's Cube. She's thrown her doll away and whatnot. So basically, you come up with your idea, then you're going to have to come up with a set, okay? So in this case, after you have your idea, you're going to have to put this together. You're going to first off have to cast your model. Now look, this isn't probably the guy next door. Maybe it is, depending on where you live. But he isn't the guy next door at my house. So I'm going to have to really look around for this model. It's going to have to be a long-haired model. He's going to have a beard. It's got to fit the concept. I'm going to have to go get some kids' clothes. We're going to have to do some fittings for his clothing. I'm going to have to probably go to Goodwill and buy a little kid's bed set and, a few little things to put on the wall. I'm going to have to build this in my studio, this little miniature kid's room for my model to work in. The same story with a large image from the Christmas stuff. Okay, if that's my idea, I'm going to have to find a dead tree. So if I go to the landscape place or whatever, I'm going to have to say, listen, here, I want to buy a dead one, And here they had to come up with this aged wallpaper set. This isn't something that you're going to throw together overnight. Your grade here is going to be all about the idea and all about the set. And we're going to talk more, and you'll see other examples, and I'll talk to you about things. But I really want you to understand that you are coming up with the complete package. you are going to deal with all of these different elements. And if you notice what this has to say, the very bottom part of it is be creative, think it through, write it all down according to the best of your ability. The ad concept, the photo concept, the rest of the story is location, wardrobe, and models. Location, believability represented, wardrobe, models, and props. All of those things are going to come later. It's first about the actual idea. So once you have the idea, you're going to be ready to go. Okay? So, hey, thanks for listening. Hopefully this is going to help you. You guys are going to present things to me. I'm going to come up and say, yeah, maybe, maybe not. Here's why it works. Here's why I don't think it works. So please don't take it personally. If you say this is what I want to do and I say it's just not strong enough, because it has to be a strong concept. Okay? Okay, everybody. So hopefully, we'll have fun. That's another big part of this. Be creative and have as much fun as you can with this project. Okay? Thanks, everybody. I'll see you in class. Okay? Bye-bye.